Talk about the story of the night last night. And obviously, 25-game suspension for Ja Morant. At the time, people thought to themselves, either that was way too much, it wasn't enough. There was a lot of chatter about it all, everywhere. We even heard it in the football world. It was cracking into our algorithm. I think everybody was just like, hey, come on, just be an adult, was kind of the conversation. He comes back last night against the Pelicans. Obviously, he and Zion, same age, same draft class, and they put on a show. Zion, tricep popping after a big alley-oop. I mean, maybe he's not fat. Maybe he's just jocked. Maybe that's how his body... Look at that triceping right there, okay? Absolutely popping. What a game. But the story of the game is Ja Morant, first game back, going for over 30, obviously having a game winner. Is this something that we should have seen coming with Ja? How do you think Ja has kind of taken all of this criticism, and what should we look for Ja for the rest of the year, and what are realistic expectations? A lot there, just kind of whatever the hell you want to say.
Yeah, so I got into a whole argument with Stephen A. and Mad Dog Russo today, respect to those boys on First Take, because they were very bothered by the fact that after the game, Ja Morant, it was like, oh, yeah, I got receipts.
We got the video, Jay Will, actually. Let's run that right now. Love that. Letting them know on the way out.
Yeah, so, they were angry about it, saying, why would he say I have receipts? He's the one that got himself in trouble. And I'm like, look, first off, let's focus on the performance because the dude had 34 and 8. And by the way, every move he made was jaw-dropping, first off. And then, PM, this is sometimes issues I have, as a former player. I don't think people think or understand how we're built, right? So I don't know how it was for you guys, but for me, it didn't matter what positive things people said about me. I only focused on the negative. The negative was the one thing that drove me each and every single day. And for Ja, if you're out of the game for that amount of time, and people are talking about your family, people are talking about your game, people are talking about how the Indiana Pacers are better suited for them, he's going to remember that. That's my kid crying, in fact. I'm going to, 1 second.
Hey, Ja's back. It's okay.
Anyway. So it's it just turns into it, man. So I appreciate the fact that Ja uses that motivation to drive him. I'm going to have to let my kid in here, man. Can I let my kid in here?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. On the show. It's Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
Okay. I'm on TV.
Hey, fatherhood's awesome.
Yeah.
Fatherhood is awesome.
Sounds sick.
You call it life buds?
Yeah, life buds is those first 3 to 4 weeks after a baby is born.
I know his pain. 5, 3, and 1.
Yeah, AQ has the same exact thing. He has a full team. Phil has a full team. AJ has a full team.
Yeah, bud.
That is, what's up?
This is Zane David Williams, right, Z? You say hi?
Oh, Zane, you're a cutie, buddy. You're a cutie. That's the 3-year-old?
Yeah, he's about to turn 3 in April. So
nice, that's a good guess, me.
Yeah, great guess.
I mean, look at the hair.
Could have been all of them. It could have been all of them.
Basketball player could have been one.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay Will. How tall are you, Jay Will?
I'm 6'2".
See, but in basketball, you look like tiny, but you walk around in real life, you're bigger than everybody.
Yeah, I look like Muggsy Bowles when I'm on the court next to KD, who's these guys are giants, PM. I mean, come on, but back to that's what makes Ja Morant so special, man.
Okay.
And I just hate how people are always like, well, he should show more contrition, or, he needs to be more remorseful. I'm like, he hasn't said anything since he's been suspended. He's just kept his head down and worked, and I just want to give him a chance on the redemption story. That's all.
I would as well. And I guess the first time he spoke, he wasn't as apologetic as some people wanted him to be. There's always going to be people that are upset with everything, especially with how it all ended the last time when he ended up getting suspended. Has there been a conversation with him? Because a lot of people said they needed OGs in the locker room to maybe talk to him, to let him know, hey, in the modern world, you can't get away with the same stuff that maybe the guys in the 90s were doing, and whenever you're being streamed to the world, there are going to be some expectations for you versus maybe people that aren't in the NBA. That was kind of the big messaging that I think was our takeaway. Is that a messaging you think that is still being said to him? Do you think he heard that loud and clear? What do you think about that entire aspect of it all? Because that was the loudest that we heard as the suspension was happening.
I hope so. I mean, there's a reason why they went out and got a guy like Marcus Smart to be on that team, right? A veteran who's obviously been chippy for a while, but who understands there's a time and situation. And frankly, I mean, look, it's hard to be, and I'm not making excuses. I'm not absolving him at all, PM.
We agree. We are on your side here. We're on your side.
Yeah, it's hard to deal with fame and money, and a lot of kids come from backgrounds where, like these types of behaviors, like it's okay, and it's hard to grow up in front of the camera. And once again, I'm not condoning what he's done, and it's been a couple of mistakes, but you hope that got through to somebody like him, because I said it today. He has a chance to be the face of the NBA. He is like a 2024 Allen Iverson type of talent, man. And if he could just keep his nose clean, the world is going to be there for him to take it. And I think he recognizes that. I pray that he recognizes that.
The old thing is like, to whom much is given, much is required or expected. And it's like, it's not fair. Like, Ja should be able to live his life. You know what I mean? Like, Ja's worked very hard. You should do your thing. But there's just a couple things that I think everybody's life would be easier if he just waited until he was retired. And I'm speaking just as somebody that has obviously seen a lot and messed up myself. I mean, I have a mugshot.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to hope that it clicks sometime and be like, hey, there's a lot of money to get in this particular aspect of the world that can set up my whole family. Maybe I need not to be the one that gets me kicked out of the league. Like that is the entire thing. And I hope it happened. And I love that he still has the chips on his shoulder, because that's what makes him great. And he's still not scared of anything. It's like, let's just make sure let's not waste this, Ja. That's what I think we're all hoping for.